Slow there!
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Do you hear it? The silence, from which the word shall emerge. This. But I don't... An empty shell. Why are you doing this to me? Why, when I gave you some... Sleep. All that remains is to believe that the final act will bring peace, that I will hear the true word, feel the warmth of the prophet. Go now. Let me think.
Okay.
The plague's mark. So, I prayed for my family. No. Thank you for bringing me this warning. Go now. Death will come when it's ready.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
You are back. Ignatius. Una. These souls have taken their first steps onto the path that leads to the embrace of the bleeding heart of the plague. Soon they will begin their final act. Give it to me. Seal my fate as well. You shall begin your final march toward your destiny. You will witness what was ordained for you long ago, from the moment you first arrived at the island asylum. I can feel it, fate, yet here you are. And so, let us
I'm sorry, Wanderer, but you cannot rest here. Not yet. I sense my brother's soul within you. The pull of his destiny is stronger than any of our desires. I am, well, his half-sister. A very important distinction at court. To Arthur, though, I was always just sister. The one he liked, not only loved. I stood by his side, listened to him, and spoke my mind when he needed it. And when the visions came, I was the only one who understood they weren't just madness. My poor brother. I couldn't bear to see him suffer. There was little I wouldn't do if it meant I could help him. They came with the plague. The land was ravaged by sickness, and Arthur's mind was plagued by waking nightmares. He heard a voice, clear as any other, calling to him, relentlessly, day and night, begging him to return to Avalon. Oh, but how does one return to a place they have never seen before? He'd come to me in the dead of night, afraid he was going mad. But I knew better. I heard it too, though faintly. To me, they were merely echoes of a distant despair. In a way, I think I did, but even now I'm not sure. I followed the visions, though most of the court thought I'd lost my mind, or that I'd secretly caught the Red Death and it had taken over my senses. Sir Estor was one of the very few who believed me, and the only one brave enough to join me on my pilgrimage to a plague-ridden land. The visions showed me a place of beginnings, bathed in creeping scarlet. So, that's where we went. The bleeding heart of the plague. With every step, the voice grew louder. And when I finally saw it, it felt as though it was beating inside my own chest. Each heartbeat was like a knife twisting. A festering wound that could never heal. That's when I understood. The homelands are lost, and Avalon is truly our only salvation. There was something almost human about it, and yet it was so terribly alien. It was like staring at your own reflection in a distorted mirror. Everything seemed familiar, yet profoundly wrong. I've had centuries to reflect on it, and I think I've almost uncovered the truth. A truth that's both simple and devastating. The heart is a grief made manifest. The sorrow of a mother who lost her child. Undoubtedly, yes. These are three aspects that could not exist without one another. There was a heart, struck by immense grief. That grief gave birth to a force as untamable, as relentless as the plague. I believe that there's no cure for such matters, except time. And time is a luxury only we humans have. I don't know. I thought leading Arthur to Avalon would keep us safe. But then it followed us here, too. I'm not sure there's anything we can do to cure a bleeding heart. For a being that exists outside of time, with only a rudimentary grasp of mortality, there's no such thing as an end. I doubt she wants everyone else to suffer with her. She just doesn't know how to stop. I saw that staying meant death for all of us. Nothing in the homelands could stop the plague. And the voice, it kept calling night and day, promising safety on Avalon's shores. Arthur once told me it sometimes felt familiar to him, though he could never say why. Even then, he wasn't sure if he could trust it. But after I returned with Estor, he didn't hesitate anymore. We sailed for Avalon, and the voice led us straight to its shores. You could say that. One way or another, every prophet becomes a captive to their followers. Some chains are just more visible than others. The Red Priests like to call me theirs. So, theirs I must remain. After we left the homelands, people started listening to me. Not just to my brother. It was terrifying, stepping out of his shadow. But I did my best to guide them. You see, no one becomes a prophet on their own. They're made by the people who need someone to follow. I became what they needed. Sometimes a guiding hand, other times a whip over their heads. Keep going. Take it from someone who has lived far too long. You just have to make the best of what's left. You'll do fine. And, Arthur, I'm sorry I can't stand by your side this time. But know you're always in my heart, brother. This is for both of you. May we all find peace at the end of this path. Please. Now go.
sister. I didn't think I'd ever see her again. She was gone. I've always felt like I failed her. I was her older brother, and it was my responsibility to protect her. And yet, she ended up taking care of me, and she paid dearly for it. I'm still not sure. Kai always stepped into whatever role was needed and made it fit her perfectly. Blind devotion was never something she sought, but if she thought it served a purpose, I know she wouldn't hesitate. I want to see her only as my beloved sister, but that was never all she was. A half-sibling is only halfway to being a bastard, even if acknowledged. Like Morgaine, Kai wasn't well respected at court. But unlike Morgaine, she never met disdain with more disdain. Just pity. The narrow-mindedness of others usually only saddened her. Morgaine was proud, and she wore that pride like spiky armor. She was also stubborn, never able to admit she was wrong. Kai was different. Softer, but not weak. Quietly unyielding, full of unwavering conviction. Sometimes I envied her for that. But most of the time, I was simply grateful. I do. I always have. She always stayed calm, no matter what was thrown at her. I don't think I ever saw her hesitate. When she made a decision, she was certain. I miss her presence and her counsel. Maybe things would have turned out differently if she'd been by my side.
It takes more than just ambition to fly. You've got what it takes. You've surprised me, Birdie. And as it seems, not just me. Self will be waiting for you inside. From now on, you answer to them. Congratulations and good luck. Alright, enough from what I... Break a wing and take care. I like you.
There you are, my little hatchling. I hear you've been working hard. That makes me glad. I had a good feeling about you, and I do love being proven right. Eager, aren't you? Just don't let that eagerness turn into recklessness. Some children get a little too fond of blood, and then we have to clip their wings. I do have another task, but I'm afraid it's not a job I can give to a mere hatchling. I know you can. You've shown that you're ruthless, driven, and cunning when it counts. It would insult both you and Morrigan to keep treating you like a chick begging for worms. No, it's time you took flight. Congratulations. From now on, you're a fledgling. Make us proud. First, from now on, you answer only to me and the other crows. Any hatchlings we send your way are yours to command. If you decide they're not fit for the guild, it's up to you to take care of them. As for your tasks, how you handle them is your business. I don't care about the methods, only the results. The rest, we'll see how you do. It is. I'm glad you understand that. Most hatchlings don't live to see this day. Your next assignment is of utmost importance to all the children of Morrigan. That includes you now, so I trust you'll approach it with even greater diligence than any task you've been given so far. A while ago, we lost contact with one of the seers. What makes this even more troubling is that he was in possession of the head of Morrigan. I doubt he's still alive, so I need you to find his body and, most importantly, recover the head of Morrigan. And of course, eliminate anyone who dared to touch it. A severed head. Preserved, of course. It is hundreds of years old, after all. In a way, according to the seers, it belonged to one of the Morrigan's avatars, a human she deemed worthy to serve as her vessel for a time. When the vessel's purpose was fulfilled, Morrigan commanded the children to sever its head so it could forever serve her clerics in spreading her will. Now you see why it must be treated with the utmost care and respect. You'd have to ask the seers about that, though it's not likely they'd tell you. They keep their secrets closely guarded and only speak to the crows. But who knows? Morrigan willing, you may one day have the chance to pester them with your questions. I, for one, am looking forward to it. See that you do. I've marked the seer's last known location on your map. Oh, and if he really is dead, there's likely to be a complication. You see, the seers are very protective of their secrets, even after death. His corpse will probably be guarded by a banshee, and banshees don't distinguish between friend and foe. But I'm confident you'll manage. Now go. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
I was familiar with tales of secret societies, said to have come with us from the homelands. I tasked my sister, Morgaine, with investigating them. But amidst the fires of war, I had little chance to keep a close watch on her. It was only near the end of my life that I learned she herself was a follower of Morrigan. Perhaps I would have seen it as betrayal. But thanks to you, I understand now that, while the children's ways may be questionable, they do seem, in their own twisted manner, to care for Avalon's safety.
Thank you. I'll take it to the Seers so they can finally stop panicking. You've done well. I'm glad you had decided to become one of us. Killing you would have been such a terrible waste. Now your next task will be a bit different. It will require a certain level of discretion on your part. I didn't say that. Although this time, that would be the preferable outcome, yes. There's a hatchling who was entrusted with a rather delicate mission. His name is Vin. We sent him to Kunark to get close to Legate Denholm. The problem is, he stopped sending reports, even though we know for certain he's still alive. Let's just say Vin is uniquely suited to the job. The poor boy needs a father figure in his life. And Denholm, well, he has his own regretful past. You'll have an occasion to help build a happy family. A rather inspiring task, don't you think? No. Vin must continue his mission. You see, Legate Denholm is a strong candidate for becoming a Knight of the Round Table. But he has his own mundane concerns. He regrets not having an heir to carry on his name. Vin was supposed to position himself as the son Denholm always wanted. The son he could still have, provided he formally adopts one. We want this to happen, and see that it is. Go. Fly.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Sorry, I've got no time for chatting. I'm handling something important for Legate Denholm. You're with the children. Shit! Fuck! Listen, please don't kill me. I can explain. I've been working on it, I swear. Things were going smoothly, but there's a problem. I think Legate Denholm might actually be my father. I caught him giving me this strange look once, so I asked if something was wrong. He said he used to have a son but lost him young. Said the kid would be at my age now. So I asked how it happened, and Denholm told me. The weirdness got them. Swallowed their entire village. I wasn't with them. And that's exactly what happened to me. Except I survived because my mum told me to run before the weirdness came. I was 6. I don't remember much. Just my mum looking terrified and telling me to run to the town, promising she'd be right behind me. I ran until my legs gave out. Stopped only when I reached the gates. That's when I realized she'd lied. She never followed me. I spent years on the streets after that, until the children found me. But it all lines up. Denholm's local, just like me. If I could remember where my village was, I bet we'd find something to prove it. But it is. I swore to myself that if I ever found that bastard, I'd kill him. I don't even remember having a father. It was always just me and Mum. He probably got what he wanted from her and left. Fine. Maybe he didn't. But he still wasn't there when she needed him the most. And now the children say he's a candidate for a knight. What a joke! What kind of knight abandons his son and the mother of his child to be killed by weird beasts? He doesn't deserve any of it! Of course not. What could he even say? Sorry wouldn't cut it. And that's only if he regrets anything. Honestly, I don't think I could talk to him without wanting to kill him. And shit. I really wanted to succeed in this mission. The children gave me a home after he left us with nothing. But if it's really him, I can't go into this blind. Not knowing would eat me alive. You do that. Thanks. That means a lot to me. And I know you could have just killed me, so...
Didn't expect to see you here. They thought it might be easier for me to connect with the locals, since, technically, I'm one of them. I used to live in a village nearby, but the weirdness swallowed it up, along with my wife and son. I wasn't there. I was busy trying to make a name for myself in the army. I rarely came home. I kept telling myself that once I'd earned a decent position, we'd start a new life in Camelot. My son? He barely knew me, but you know how it is. I thought there'd be more time, that there'd always be a future for us. Well, I was wrong. I wasn't even there to bury them. By the time I found out, it was too late. My friends told me they buried them in a crypt near the town. I haven't even had the chance to visit since I got here. Not that I could. After the weirdness and the Red Death swept through the village, I've heard horrible stories of what happened to the people who decided to stay. You would do that. Thank you. I wasn't expecting this. The crypt was locked down after the outbreak, but being Camelot's legate has its perks. I'll await your return.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
You're back. But I was so sure. Shit! Damn, I almost got myself killed over this. How could I be so stupid? Am I even cut out for this mission? I nearly ruined everything. Yeah, you're right. I need to focus on the bigger picture. If I can help the children secure a foothold in Camelot, then maybe my real father, and anyone else like him, will pay sooner or later. You're right. This is bigger than me. The children of Morrigan are my real family. They always have been. I won't forget that again. Thank you. Tell Self that success is close. I'll make sure I make you proud. All of you.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
Oh, I know. A little bird told me he'd already taken the final step. I'm sure there were plenty of fake tears and trembling lips. Vin is quite good at that. It would have been a waste to see such talent squandered on his petty grudge. He needn't have worried. Denholm will pay one day. They all will. Maybe. When he's older and has learned the value of patience. I've nothing against a bit of old-fashioned revenge, but everything has its time and place. He needs to see the bigger picture first. That's when you understand there are outcomes far sweeter than death. But enough of this. I must say, my fledgling, you've surpassed my expectations. So much so, I want you to make your way to the Forlorn Swords. High in the mountains there, you'll find a very particular nest. All you need to do is fall asleep. Well, that's for you to find out, isn't it? Yes. Now fly.
Face every threat. Show me what you are made of. My shield is a fortress. You're no match for our band.
Kavor's got too soft a heart. Funny, considering it's made of weird steel. Here, have some stew. But if you want anything else... All right.
All right then. So, hello there.
Something of me remains in this place. I can feel it. Let us not leave it behind.
be fertilizing the soil! We ain't safe here. I'm not scared! Beg for mercy! Beg for mercy! Prepared for anything. I'll have your head on a pike. You'll be fertilizing the soil. Beg for mercy. You'll be fertilizing the soil. I'll take you down with... I'll teach you to respect me. Beg for mercy. What leads you?
someone hear me. Please help me. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. They don't want me to let go. Wait. They say you must leave. That I belong to them now. It might be too late already. If I'd known it would end up like this, I never would have gone in there alone. Now, neither the Stone Wardens nor my own tribe will want me back. I wasn't a skilled enough hunter to stay with my tribe, and not a good enough miner for the Stone Wardens. There's nothing left for me. And if I'm not a Dalrita, then who am I? Freedom, huh? That's a pretty foreign concept for us, Dalrita. You know, we're used to knowing what to do and who we're doing it for. And now, I'm just supposed to make my own decisions. Don't answer that. I'm just talking to myself. It's not worth talking to me. Even I'm sick of it. Yeah, whatever. Thanks again.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Oh, hello there.
You did it. My day has been returned to me. I owe you. Though the jingle of coins in my pouch sounds more like a whisper.
Now, of course, we need to head to the Mihir. If I've read the notes correctly, the ritual has the best chance of success if we perform it after nightfall. No time to lose. The sooner we start, the sooner we'll rid our lands of... Now I need to prepare myself, but I'll be waiting for you. It worked. I can hardly believe it. I mean, I hoped, of course, that the wisdom of my predecessors and our shared effort wouldn't fail, but you know how it is. Something could have gone wrong. Is everything all right? You don't look too well, eh? Hey?
So, it's done. The Mihir is alive once more. This changes everything. The people of Connacht will stay where they are.
I wouldn't be so sure. The weirdness continues to thicken, and the threat of the Red Death hasn't passed. Besides, I still have my orders, and they clearly state where your Mihir belongs.
I know you have your orders, and I, as a lord, am bound by Camelot's law. But the moment of choice has come, and I stand with my people. I am the Lord of Connacht, and not Camelot. I cannot simply command my subjects to abandon their land.
Of all times, you choose now to grow a moral backbone? Spare me. You are a lord, and it is your subjects' duty to do as you command. And if you defy Camelot, well, I don't think I need to tell you how that will end.
But that's where you're wrong, Denholm. There is one thing even Camelot cannot dispute. Not if they wish to avoid a civil war that would break out if they defied their own laws.
What are you talking about? How exactly is Camelot defying its own laws?
I will lead an expedition to find the Holy Grail. Such is my will.
What? So you've really thought this through, haven't you? Well, if that is the will of the Lord of Connacht, then Camelot will have no choice but to acknowledge it. I'll report this to command. They're in for a surprise.
You heard what Denholm said. Camelot won't dare touch the Mihir as long as I lead the expedition for the Holy Grail. Once again, I need your help, and I'm prepared to grant whatever you ask in return. People I can trust. Those prepared to share the burden of this quest for the Grail. I can't command anyone to join me. They must come of their own free will. Otherwise, the expedition is doomed to fail before it even begins. You see, here's where it gets interesting. I've turned Camelot's own ancient laws against them. No one can dissuade the Seekers of the Holy Grail from their sacred mission. That means all orders are effectively halted until I return. With my shield, or on it. It also ensures the people of Connacht have the right to remain on their land until I'm back. Which, of course, means I don't have to return at all. I don't, but perhaps I should. A lord's worth is measured by the respect of his people. It is time I follow in the footsteps of my noble ancestors and do what must be done. If this holy mission can secure peace for my people, then I shall see it through. And if by some miracle we return with the legendary Grail, all the better. My word would become law, and the Mihir would remain untouched. By Camelot's own laws, I could even lay claim to the crown should I wish it, but I don't. My Connacht is enough for me. I would start by looking among the most trusted and eldest members of our community. Our priestess, Niante, possesses unparalleled talent in healing. Her presence would certainly be invaluable on such a journey. Then there's Urfa, a skilled blacksmith who was once a formidable warrior. If not for the strength of his muscles, the strength of his mind could prove useful. You might also speak with Maggot. Since the two of you have been through so much together, he may not be thrilled by the idea, but I believe his heart is still in the right place. a sense of purpose in what we're about to undertake. Now that the Mihir is reignited, it no longer matters whether we return with the Grail or not. The people will be safe and retain the right to stay on their land. Each of them must understand that this is about the fate of all Kunakt. For some, it might even serve as a chance for a change in scenery. Approach them with kindness. They all have their demons, and I doubt they'll agree to join if they are still tethered by unresolved matters. Thank you. And believe me, the reward you'll and whether they agree or not, I will send...
Just keep your head down. You startled me.
You need something?
I know. I'm the one who suggested it. It's the only way to get Camelot to hold off moving the Mihir. Yvain can count on me. After everything that's happened, I see now that this is the right path. Tell Yvain I'll join him on this holy mission. Oh, Mother.
Beor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating.
Really? What for? Ah, yeah. And he sent you to me. You know, recent events have really given me a lot to think about. My head feels, lighter somehow. Turns out the world isn't ending after all. And I don't need to stock up on mushroom brew to survive. Besides, I have this feeling that Lady Fate might still have a plan or two left in store for me, joining the holy mission. Tell Yvain I'm ready to... It's...
Oh, hello there. Hello there.
Oh, hello there.
Got money?
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
No one sneaks up on me.
Such a cheap shot! We'll make short work of you.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
You're here. Marrow gas shells, and in one piece. Impressive. These will keep our armor strong and our soldiers... What is it now? Aye, you've got a knack. Good. Finally. Wow, look at you. You know, sometimes I feel a bit odd posting all these tasks. They can seem pointless, running back and forth, fetching this and that. But some people, they just need something to keep their hands busy and their minds off darker thoughts. Keeps them from getting underfoot. Well, good to know you're one of those who can handle it. So, good job, I suppose. Now don't let it go to your head. There's a... You just can't... Are you really that desperate for me to send you Then you're in dire need of someone to show you their ability. Why don't you meet me in my tent? If you're that fond of getting dirty, I'm sure I can find a much more enjoyable way for you to do it. What do you say? Well then, at least I'll have something to look forward to.
What brings you this way?
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Give me a moment to find the right song. I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. It needs to be filled to start beating. Life, of course. A heart must be full of life to start beating. But we'll talk about that when you return. Well, there are two ways. Through death, or through sacrifice. You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure, but I'd say some sacrifices are worth making. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength. Something far more valuable than what you've lost. If you want to fill it up with the energies of things you kill, just hold it up when you fight. It will collect life, and at some point, will give you a sign that it's beating again. Come to me and I'll bind life to... If you decide to fill it with your own energy, just tell me. Either way, come back with either a full heart or... Of course. This part never gets old. Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and focus on the heart. You'll feel a bit weak afterward, but don't worry. Strength can always be rebuilt. Here, feel how warm it is. It will serve Beor well.
Hold your ground, men. Your armor won't save you. You'll fall to my sword. Your armor won't save you. Your wealth is ours. I see. Your wealth is ours.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
You're just in time. What? That's amazing. What materials did he use? What else was needed? Did he tell you how to make it? Oh my. I have so many questions. But those can wait. First things first. For this, I will need your help, my friend. once more, as always. So, shall we begin? Okay then. Let's see if those Stone Warden legends have a grain of truth in them. I suppose that's it. Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it? It's different. Everything looks a bit like it's mired in fog. But I don't feel bad. In fact, I feel good. I feel stronger. I guess more will become clear with time. For now, I'll just have to wait and see. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I don't know how a man could ever repay something like that. I'll be going back to work. Visit me some. What do you need?
If you're trying to intimidate me, it's not working. I know I messed up. It was all going so well at the beginning. Then, at some point, one of those idiots went off the rails, attacking a Camelosian god. Senseless. I don't know what you're planning to do with this information. I guess I should head off to get the workers the spare parts. I'll also put in a good word for you with Denholm. Beor's fully recovered. He's doing well, and well, to be honest, you've done right by me. This whole expedition is madness. But, as they say, sometimes there's method in madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old I might not think much of our lord, but I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. Tell Yvain he can count on me.
Oh, hello there.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Eyes forward and mind your step.
I should stay out of trouble.
What news? The people I told you. Now you've achieved what seemed impossible. With Niante, Magat, and Ifra, we shall strive to restore hope to the people of Kurnacht. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, know this. You brought change to Kurnacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received from King Arthur himself. Be the shield that watches over Kurnacht, as House Terion has done for generations.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful. I am the wall between order and ruin.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now!
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again!
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility? I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon, and may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come. It is a bold decision, and I am glad he finally made it. It was wise of him to invoke the old laws. Camelot will not dare to break them, and the men here will remain in Kuanacht, at least until the lives of its people are in immediate danger. It's an ancient law I established myself. I am glad you chose to help him. With company like this, his mission may yet succeed. Even if Yvain does not return, his actions will be remembered. Of that, I am certain. bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people. I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders, taking on roles they don't even understand. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those who live without struggle grow soft, and in comfort, they let go of their values. Symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament. Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield. To judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing against me. All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. But their power comes from symbols they don't even understand. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces, is incapable of acting without direct orders. Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots. It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work, turned the situation into something Yvain could exploit. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act, this land just waits and rots. Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't be enough. This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this. Yes, the situation is complex. But that is precisely the burden of a leader. Complexity does not excuse paralysis, and yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing, while the world around them fractures. I named his bloodline the Shield of Kurnacht, and granted them dominion over this Menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power. Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find my crown. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this wretched kingdom of ruin.
If I just stay put, everything will be just fine. You're startled. You've come back. Farewell.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything in my life. This is the only way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today? As soon as the necessary preparations are complete. With any luck, it won't take much longer. Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supplies. I do not know when or if I will return. Kurnacht and its people. Really? I hope he supports my decision to embark on the quest for the Holy Grail. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, and I'll stand by it. Whether my noble ancestor approves or not. Well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure that his blessing is not squandered. I had not considered it that way. I do not seek fame, only justice for my people. I want to give them the chance that Camelot failed to provide. But your words are kind. The story of my family began in glory, and in glory it will end. I cannot say for certain, but I have faith that Ansem will manage. Truth be told, since Maeve's passing, I've been all too aware of how much I've neglected my responsibilities. Camelot will keep the peace in my stead. and I can only hope that the people of Connacht will come to trust Denholm and his men. We may not agree on every matter, but I cannot deny Denholm's honor. When I return, it will have to be enough. So, I thank you once more. House Terion is... no, wait. I am personally deeply indebted to you. Because of your efforts, my family has the chance to reclaim the glory it once knew. Farewell.
Well, well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. We're getting closer to the end. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you. No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's time you took a look behind the curtain. It's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum. I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye on certain things, and our relationship soured. No, not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. His crown, this time. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patiently, depending on how he feels about... oh, you'll see for yourself. How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory. But don't worry. They've got bigger problems at the moment than you sneaking off with their sacred helmet. Once you're done, meet me at the Charred Con... That's where we'll finish this.
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
Oh, hello there.
Spare a coin for the hungry. Oh!
What do you need?